It's been a while, but I ran out of Realm Rework content, and half the servers are down anyways, so we're back on Talented. There's been a couple updates since I last played, and they included a challenge mode. So I'm playing that. You'll see what challenge I'm doing in a moment. All of the talents on the tree are rare ones, but they're also more expensive. That's what the challenge is. On level up, you create 2 elemental sprites. Well, I don't have much leveling up, so maybe not yet. Insight's good though. Let's go more up. I want to find orbs. Straight Flush is pretty bad because I don't have abilities. Okay, 2 more orbs and another Untamed Knowledge. There's some insight, more Straight Flushes, but Straight Flushes aren't very useful at the moment. Oh no, they are, because Arcane Orbs. So I do want to get those, but I also need abilities to scale those. Anyway, 5 orbs now. Let's get another orb and more orb damage. What does this do? More experience for enemies with status effects. Well, I'm not inflicting status effects. I guess if I got these ethereal knowledges, that would spawn a little bit of guys for status effects. Actually, I might take the wizard hat gamble, because that could put me anywhere on the board. It could be somewhere useful. Let's gamble. Go. Oh, that was worth it. Because there's an ability right there. That does cost a lot. Dazzling Knowledge is also useful. I do want to get this though, and there's a bunch of orbs behind it. The enemies are getting pretty fast though. I'm actually still having very little trouble with clearing them out. I don't think there's any mastery difficulties applied to this, so it's pretty free for the most part. There's an Arcane Orb. And another ability, which boosts my Straight Flush. I think I had 1 or 2 of those. There's another one up here, as well as more orbs. There's so many orbs, but I do kind of want to get Dazzling Knowledge as well. I don't know if I need the double up orbs, though. I'd rather get the orb upgrade that also boosts damage, this one. Okay, and get the Dazzling Knowledge now, and more orbs, because why not? I could do another hat gamble, and see if it puts me near any abilities. We are halfway through the game now, so there's another powerful enemy. And go over here, there's Frost Nova. There's also Frosty Orbs. Oh, that's 3 more orbs. I'd also like to get the ability, this one, which I can get. I do need to start saving my mana because I only have a little bit. And, oh, well, there goes all my health. You know, it might actually be over here. Oh, goodness. All right, well, it seemed to be going well, but then it wasn't. Let's try that one again. I am going to go on faster speed to make this go a bit quicker. Orbs. That's my 1 talent this night. But there's more orbs right there. I'm going to go for the orb build again. The enemies are already getting more health. There's even more orbs up here. There's also a Straight Flush Insight. Basically all the same things we've already seen. It turns out when everything's a rare talent, it's not very exciting to see rare talents. I've already got a ton of orbs, and it's only night 3. Or sorry, night 4, apparently. There's actually a counter in the corner I could have looked at. I need to get the Straight Flushes maxed out before night 10. Because night 10 is when the big enemy shows up. Give me somewhere good. That's somewhere. There's a bunch of orb damages down here, and it looks like it connects up to that magic missiles ability as well. We do have 2 more nights or 3 more nights before the bad enemies show up, which should be enough time to get a couple Straight Flushes and that extra ability, which hopefully is enough ability damage to make the orbs good. Let's get this. Where'd that put me? That put me pretty close to where I already was. There's so many orbs up here actually, and this, which boosts all my stats, but I pretty much have a good amount of orbs already, so I don't know if more orbs is the play. I need to focus on orb damage for now. That's night 9. I only have enough to get the ability this night. That's not very good. There's some orb damage here, and there's also some right here, so I'll get those probably. The enemies currently are not really making it past my orbs, so that's a good sign. I should be good for a few more nights with just this build. Plus I can get some extra damage to scale that more. Okay, I have exactly enough to get Arcane Orbs and more Arcane Orbs. We do have a new enemy showing up. I didn't bother to look at what the new enemy is. Oh, it's the big blobs. Okay, those ones should be free actually. Let's go for the orbs because I want to be able to pick up this immediately. And then there's a Straight Flush here, a Straight Flush there. Blasting through another night, I get a Straight Flush as well. So many synergies that I can pick up on that normally are hard to get in regular runs. Since the rare talents are the big thing, of course without common talents, how are you going to get there? That's why it's a challenge. Except honestly, this feels way easier than the base game currently. Nothing is getting through our orb barrier at the moment. Of course, the moment something does, we lose, basically. Let's see. Are there any Straight Flushes over here? No, but there's more orbs and a hat. Let's take the hat. Where's it going to put us? Here. That's not very useful. I would like to get the ability, though. I need those abilities. There's also more scaling and a Straight Flush again. The new enemy is over there, and it's dead. They do have a ton of health. This is actually really bad. Wait. Oh, never mind. It's not really bad. I beat it. They dig through the ground and have a stupid amount of health. That's about it. They're probably actually the weakest hard enemy I could have gotten. So you know what? I'll take it. My ability power, my orb damage is at 10, which is good. My ability power is at 385%, 395% actually. Check it out. Honestly, I don't think that's worth it because it does leave me open for about half a second when the orbs are going back out again. I can get Illuminate. That's going to make seeing talents really easy, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Because any talent I could possibly want was already super visible. There are a ton of straight flushes down here. And Untamed Knowledge, which... Untamed Knowledge actually has a chance to trigger Ring Theory, which scares me. Oh, it triggered Ring Theory. Okay, bad. That isn't actually too dangerous. Well, that Gopher almost got through. But other than that... Anyway, now our straight flush is at its best. I have 17 orb damage. I now have 19 orb damage. So this is our last night. So we need to choose our orbs wisely. Let's get this one and this one. We're up to 23 orb damage, 26 orbs. We're going to go on ×2 speed to give the enemies a chance. They don't seem to be having a chance currently. The night's already a quarter of the way done. Okay, there's the orbs. Okay, that was fine. And look at that. It's over. It's already over. I didn't even get hit that run. I got a Steam achievement for doing a challenge. We got time for one more. This time I'm on Warrior, and the challenge is one long night. I'm already getting overwhelmed by enemies, of course. Great. There's no talent tree in this either. I just get talents every time I level up, which is good, I guess. This is actually going great. Of course, the enemies are getting stronger throughout. There are a lot more of them now, but I am a lot stronger now. I appear to be already a large portion of the way done with the run. Of course, the parry chance is carrying here right at the moment. Suddenly it's like way more stressful, and I am losing health. Not going to be doing this one hitless, I don't think. Even though there's so many enemies, it looks overwhelming. At this stage, I pretty much mow everything down. There's only a little bit of nighttime left, but the night does appear to be almost over, so that's good for me, because I'm at full health. Gosh, this one was hardly even a challenge. Okay, this is the last run then, because the other one was so quick. In this run, I am tiny, and I don't do damage, but I think because I shoot quickly, this will be easy. Main concern here is going to be elite enemies that don't take knockback, because anything that takes knockback isn't really a problem, unless there's multiple of them, but maybe I can get a talent to deal with that. Critical chance is only going to double our damage, which isn't very good. Increasing our damage is better, because I only do 1 damage. Spectral Quiver is not going to be great since my attack speed's already fine. Range would be good though, because I barely have any currently. I do want to get the 3-hit mechanic as well, because critical strikes might not do much now, but more critical strikes is still better. It's more damage, and when they're consistent, that's good too. Gameplay's not very interesting right now. I'm kind of dominating still. I'm going to get this up first, because 1 more damage on all shots is better than 2 more damage on some shots. I want to go for the Blast Quiver, because yeah, the on-shoot abilities are a must-have. This one has a chance to make exploding arrows. And there is more critical strikes. Great. There's also an ability up here. I'm not too worried about getting that. And yeah, every 3rd shot being a critical chance when I'm firing this many shots, pretty useful. Let's get experience and range. And then we'll go this way. See what's over here. Okay, range, and I already ran out of places to go in this direction. Let's go up instead. The enemies are getting a bit fast. I'm going to reduce the speed down. Let's go back to heading this way, because apparently it's the only way we're allowed to go. Here's our new enemy. They're mushrooms. They buff other enemies, but I already beat all of them. There are some enemies that take less knockback that would be an issue, but we don't see any of those yet. There aren't any elite enemies for some reason. I guess I've been getting super lucky on that. Normally you have elite enemies by now. In fact, that's probably why I'm doing so well, is because there aren't any elite enemies. There still aren't any elite enemies. Let's hope it stays that way for as long as possible. Once again, no elite enemies. We do have the Spectral Quiver though, and another Spark Quiver, so that's more shots. Of course, I'm still having no issue with the enemies. We are going to get another enemy type in 2 nights. That might be scary, but it also might not. And there's elite enemies, so they can spawn. I was just getting super lucky, I guess. And what's our new enemy type? It's the bees, which are probably the best case scenario. The bees are pretty free. They're like the mushrooms. They stop in the middle of the arena and sit there for you to shoot them. So I think I've pretty much been handed this win with the lack of elite enemies. There was one of the white ones there, but I cleared it immediately. So I don't even think those can stand up to me at this point. Maybe if they'd showed up early on. What's my base critical chance up to at this point? 34%, so I'd rather focus on range at the moment so that I can clear out the enemies sooner. Although I'm almost reaching to the edges of the arena at this point, so it's not even an issue on the range. In fact, the top and bottom I am reaching the edge because they're a little bit shorter. Let's go for this! Because it's right there, and it gives me a chance at piercing, I guess. Which I don't really need, but I'll take it. Well, there's a damage up, and also hole-in-one, and another damage up. These enemies just don't stand a chance at this point. Plus, I'm almost up to 50% critical strike chance. in addition to every third shot being a guaranteed critical strike. There's only 2 knights left. I am doing 8 damage, which is pretty much the default amount anyways. There's another damage up right here as well. This run's so free. Gonna go on times 2 speed again, because otherwise these enemies don't get to do anything. I mean, they kind of don't get to do anything anyways. They're barely appearing on the screen anymore at this point, except for when they're very quick. Night's already half over. We barely got any elite enemies, but it doesn't even matter because they are gone just as quick as everything else. I think elite enemies being in the game early on might have been threatening, but because they didn't show up until well into the second half of the game, and they only showed up like once, it doesn't affect my run at all. So that's fun. Night's over. I got hit once because I was looking away from my screen. That's a 3rd challenge completed.